Nothing that a few runs and a few wins can't remedy.
He struck him out. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming.
We've got a great night for baseball for you here this evening, as it's the Pirates and the Atlanta Braves in the homestand finale. And the Pirates trying to sneak out one here at PNC Park to end the homestand on the right note. We've seen a lot of good pitching so far on this seventh game of this homestand. And welcome into the booth. Joe Block and Bob Walk with you here tonight, and we're anticipating some more good pitching this evening, as you can make the case for the best pitcher really over the last month and a half or so in baseball has been Trevor Williams. The numbers seem to shake that out.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball for a good portion of the season. You look at that 0.75 ERA. That's pretty good in those last 6 starts. You can't get any better than that. But really, the way things have gone when he's on the mound, he's been forced to pitch like that. You see, he's received 0 or 1 run in 7 of his last 10 starts. So he's been forced to pitch almost perfect, and he's been up to that task.
Yeah, and this whole homestand has featured a lot of low-scoring games, and tonight the Pirates try to get their offense going against the Braves starter Julio Teheran, who is a veteran on this staff at age 27.
Well, and he's always been very good against us, and another one of those good pitchers with a great slider. It's not going to be easy again tonight for this Pirate offense against this guy.
So the Pirates try to close the homestand with a victory this evening, and they'll get Starling Marte back in the lineup. It's the Pirates and the Braves, and it's coming up right here on AT&T Sportsnet.
Is brought to you by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
Trevor Williams gets the ball for the Buccos tonight. An opportunity for the Pirates to close this homestand strong and see if Williams can get that Keep rolling what he's been doing here the last 6 games. Marte back in there tonight for the Pirates, taking on the Atlanta Braves, first place in their division.
By a smidgen.
Yeah, they've run into 2 very good offensive teams. The Braves leading the National League in runs scored, but the pitching has been outstanding for the Pirates. Need some offense now to go with it. Marte back in surely would help. But first things first, Atlanta gets their chance to hit. And Brian Snitker's bunch. Acuna atop the order with Ender Enciarte. Ahead of Freddie Freeman and Nick Markakis, 1 and 2 in batting average in the National League. Johan Camargo hits 5th. Albies and Flowers. And then Dansby Swanson, 2 home runs last night. And Julio Teheran, the pitcher, will bat 9th. There's Acuna. Might end up being the Rookie of the Year in the National League this year.
Trevor would be Rookie of the Year if he was a rookie. He has put up some darn good numbers. Opponent batting average down under 240 now. You see some relievers with those low opponent batting average numbers, but you get in the low 200s as a starter. I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Teheran also in that bunch. And that both
could be bunch. A low-scoring game.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of it. A Honda defense for the Pirates tonight. Adeiny Echeverria gets the start at short with Adam Frazier. Double play partner Moran and Bell on the corners. Dickerson, Marte, and Polanco in the outfield, and Francisco Cervelli, the catcher for the Pirates. Marte back at center. Cervelli throwing out 38% of attempted base stealers. He's up to 4th now in baseball.
Made a couple of nice throws. Was it night before last?
Teams just aren't running against the Pirates much, whether it's he or Diaz back there.
The pitchers are doing their part too, making sure that the ball gets to the catcher's glove as quickly as possible so they can go to work with it.
Yeah, you look at to see what he's been doing. We think about the bat. I mean, he's been throwing out guys left and right.
Yeah, a lot of his success. Well, that was Jay getting that one, but a lot of his success has been with the accuracy of his throws. That one down at 3rd the other night. I mean, he'd been putting the ball right around the bag so he can make that quick tag.
And that's helped. That's a big reason why we've seen so many close games too. I mean, he cut down a runner. So Diaz with a big pickoff at 3rd against the Cubs.
Yeah, that was
they've both been good.
Really nice play that they had that set up well.
Acuna out to left, and this one will sail out of here. Ronald Acuna with his 20th home run, his 13th since the All-Star break.
Well, that ball very deep. Got down underneath the 2nd deck there. And there is a slight breeze and blowing out today, so maybe the ball will be carrying better. This one sure carried.
Now, didn't get that strike 3 call on that up and in, or up and away fastball, I should say, and the 20-year-old with his 20th home run.
Well, most of the time I would say, well, that's not going to hurt you. Solo home run, 1st inning, but the way things have been lately, every little run, every run has been precious.
Yeah, whether it's the Pirates winning on this homestand or on the other side of the ledger. You got to go back a half century. Last time you've seen fewer runs for the Pirates and their opponent in a 6-game span at any point during any season. But that doesn't mean that continues tonight. We'll see. But with the pitching matchup, you kind of think it would be closer to that way. The fewest combined runs in a 6-game span. That's what we've seen on this homestand coming into tonight. And one off of being the fewest for the Pirates ever and their opponents combined. So you see him pitching on both ends. As Enciarte lines out to Frazier.
Nice positioning on Frazier's part. Standing right there for that line drive. He's going to move out into shallow right field now with Freeman up.
All-star first baseman. He's got 20 home runs. He and the on-deck hitter Markakis 1 and 2 in hits, doubles, batting average. They have been a dynamic duo. Didn't get all of it.
That was out on the end of the bat a little bit. Just a routine fly ball.
And a second out. And for Williams, after allowing that home run to Acuna, just the 4th run that he's allowed. And this now is 7th start in that sequence we were telling you about. So 4 runs in 7 starts. That includes tonight. So 6+. Pretty remarkable. You know, occasionally he might give up a solo home run. When there's guys on, and he's allowing some singles, he's not allowing a lot of extra base hits. And when there are those guys in scoring position, when he's in trouble, he's not allowing that 3rd hit of the inning that scores the run. I mean, he's just been, when his back's been against the wall, he's gotten even better. Out to Dickerson. And that's that. But the Braves strike first. Acuna with home run number 20. Now the Pirates get their chance here in the first. All-star break. And the Braves own a 1-0 lead. Pirates haven't batted yet. Let's see what they've got. RAV4 lineup for the Buccos tonight. It's Dickerson and Marte back in the lineup ahead of Gregory Polanco, who's got a couple of hits in the series. Francisco Cervelli in the cleanup spot tonight with Frazier and Bell 5 and 6, Moran, Echeverria, and then Trevor Williams. In the hold, Polanco starting to warm up a little bit after a chilly August.
Duran's numbers on this season: 124 strikeouts, 133 innings. Look at that opponent batting average. Talk about a low one for a starter. That's impressive.
Yeah, the Braves say since they moved to Atlanta in '66, 3rd lowest. For now. He gives up 10 hits tonight. That'll go up quite a bit. 1 pitch, 1 out. by Dickerson. He had a nice moment before the game. He's the winner of the Heart and Hustle Award, and getting that award presented by Clint Hurdle, and I think very well deserving this year.
Yeah, multiple winner with that award.
His former manager in Colorado, Walt Weiss, now coach of the Atlanta Braves, congratulating him too. So wonderful to see that Corey got that.
Well deserved.
And now Starling Marte back in the lineup. That one should reach the seats. Back in the lineup tonight. He's also had a sluggish stretch at the plate after really hitting very well. You know, when the Pirates won those 11 games in a row, they've been pitching very well for 6 or 7 weeks now. But that was when the offense was really clicking on all cylinders. And they were winning and winning easily most nights. One-handed or one-sided scoring.
Yeah, there's been several times this year when the offenses look good. I know early in the season, probably late May or so, I was talking to Jeff Branson for a pregame show on the radio side, and talking about how all the offensive numbers, you know, runs scored, all that stuff is amongst the baseball leaders, not just National League leaders. But it's been up and down with this offense. You just can never predict from week to week what you're going to get.
Yeah, the Pirates having some injuries at poor times, I guess, right when you know, their top 3 hitters were at their hottest, and Bell, you know, 3 of the 4 get hurt.
Yep.
And there's
Jeff Branson, the hitting coach.
But they're still much improved over where they were last season, when they were basically a bottom 3 offense. Pirates come into tonight's action 19th overall in runs scored out of the 30 teams, so about average.
Still would like to see you know, the team, you know, toward the end of this year, and then even of course in the next year, hit more home runs. I mean, that was a kind of a goal going into this season. Got to hit more home runs.
We were thinking that was going to be the case. I mean, I remember talking before the season about, you know, now the Pirates have a good number of left-handed hitters that have at least, you know, are known for some power this season, and maybe in this ballpark that would kind of, you know, play in there. And Polanco's shown the, you know, the slugging percentage measures, you know, the power hitting, and as we look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders, he's done very well against Atlanta over the last 3 seasons. But overall this year, I mean, he hit his 20th last night, right there with the extra base hits leaders and for outfielders. So he's done that. But, you know, Dickerson has changed his approach. He's hit for more for batting average this year. Obviously, Bell is way off his pace home run wise from last year, and Colin Moran's a rookie. Don't really know what to expect. He's also hit 8 home runs like Bell. Some of those lefties. Pirates go down in order in their first, and it's 1-0 Atlanta.
Series with the Reds this afternoon. Bottom of the first, Christian Yelich leads off the game with a towering shot out to center field off Robert Stevenson. 21st of the season for Yelich, who finished a triple tied the cycle, 4 for 4 in a Brewers 4-0 win as we head back to Joe and Bob.
They're boosted by Freddie Peralta. Thanks, Rob. Who was thrust into their rotation, a rookie. With some of the injuries they've had, they've needed some pitching. Had a rough August. Pirates will play them next. Travel day tomorrow, and then in Milwaukee to begin that 10-day, 9-game sojourn. That ends up back in Atlanta. Camargo leads things off for the Braves here in the second.
Not an easy road trip coming up.
Yeah, it's gonna,
and it's a lot of, you got a competition with those teams that you're playing for a wild card spot, or whatever depending on what they're doing also in their games. You got to win, and that's going to have a big effect on what September is like, what this road trip turns out to be.
Well, you never want to look too far ahead, right? But we kind of do, because the schedule for 2019 just came out. So,
oh yeah, there you go.
So we will look at it a little bit. Opening day is going to be March 28th next season in Cincinnati, and then the Pirates will come home after that and open up the season against the Cardinals. A Little League Classic out in Williamsport. Pirates will take place in that next season as well. Interleague play going to Texas, Houston, and Anaheim. Mariners will come to town, among others. A couple of quick outs for Trevor Williams.
As always, he gets the ball, throws it. Didn't take a lot of time out there.
You know what the highlight of the 2019 schedule was in our household today?
Oh.
Had my wife's birthday off.
Oh, really?
First time ever. I'm usually gone, so that was a big plus in the Block household today. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. No action. No baseball action that day. Tyler Flowers getting his first action of the series. Kurt Suzuki last night got hit with a pitch, and they checked out his elbow today. He's okay. No fracture or anything. But they wanted to make sure that they've got a backup catcher tonight. Not sure if Suzuki is quite ready to go or not.
And watching that replay last night, you could see that his back or side, whatever you want to call it, absorbed a little bit of the blow that pitch. That didn't mean it wasn't very painful, though.
Yeah, you hear that bellowing. It got part of his elbow, part of his tricep, and then part of his ribs or back area. So officially listed with a triceps contusion. Clay Holmes in the action last night. Still even up on Flowers.
Williams pitching in. Does that as good as anybody. That last fastball up and in for the jam shot.
Hey, Chris Stewart is the backup catcher for the Atlanta Braves. He was just called up today. Spent just about the entire season at AAA.
No swing. Think about Flowers. He's always off to a fast start. He's very well in the spring. seems to wilt as the season goes on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he had a message for Francisco Cervelli, of course, catcher to catcher making sure that Cervelli is okay, and those two have talked before. Flowers kind of pioneering a certain kind of mask that Cervelli has used up until recently. You can see the springs on that mask that Flowers has, but Cervelli just recently switching to that hockey style mask after the latest bout with a concussion. So just talking shop, catchers, but Flowers are a really innovative guy in that regard.
An engineer.
Yeah, I guess, right. Who knows their trade better than the people behind the mask? Dansby Swanson, 2 home runs last night, swinging like he wanted another.
Hard to hit those out of the ballpark. Good down and away pitch.
2 home runs yesterday, 4 RBIs, and he's also come into this series with a little extra oomph as their number 8 hitter.
At 22 doubles, 3 triples, 12 home runs. Pretty good for that 8 spot.
Yeah, he's been moving on up. David Rackley's working the plate tonight. Chris Guccione is over at first base. Larry Vanover is the crew chief. And Ben May umpires third. What'd you call them? The arbiters, right? It's a good word. They're always called the men in blue, right? Sometimes they wear blue. They're wearing black tonight.
He used to wear blue. I
Yeah.
don't think they wear blue anymore, do they?
I think day games they wear that light blue sometimes, don't they? Yeah, the men in black.
Used to have a NL on their hat.
That's right, the interlocking NL. Umpires used to be in each league when the leagues were separated, but no longer. Toss across, and that's that. Pitcher will lead off the third for Atlanta. Frazier's time in Indianapolis has led to some big numbers at the plate, especially against lefties, and also some advice from his coaches, a pep talk from a former Pirates great as well. That's helped boost Gregory Polanco's numbers. Those stories and our top plays debut this Saturday right after Pirates postgame. There's Adam Frazier. He's due up second here in the second. Pirates down a run on the Acuna leadoff home run. Francisco Cervelli. Gentlemanly tip of the helmet. I shall now engage you in battle.
I wonder what he would do if he saw a windmill.
Yeah, I just enjoy. I mean, you can't take your eyes off.
No. He's a good baseball player too,
Yeah, no
but
doubt.
he does all the other stuff that entertains you.
But he does that because that's who he is.
Yep.
Yeah, we have the fortune of being around these guys all year, and he's the same guy, not just under the lights.
Nope.
Nothing hard from Tehran, but picked him apart.
Question
One
that
out.
call a little bit. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Slider. Take another look. Where did it end up? Yeah, that's in the strike zone. Just asked a question and got an answer, walked away. Very polite.
A little 70-mile-per-hour curveball. That second one he's thrown in the inning.
Took a little off that one, didn't he? Barely got up there.
Kind of has the repertoire of a 37-year-old pitcher, even though he's 27. Seen a lot of mileage already in his young career. He came up like a lot of these Braves we're seeing now.
Been there forever.
Yeah. We saw Acuna at 20, the home run. He was 22 when he came up. Had that no-hitter going into the 8th inning against the Pirates that rookie season back in 13. Hasn't brought it harder than 88 so far tonight. Clint Hurdle was asked by reporters today, talking about Williams, who also by today's standards has a below average velocity fastball, not in its effectiveness but in its velocity. And talked about how the showcases, Neil Huntington talks about this too, today's showcase circuit, everyone talks about, is trying to light up those radar guns. Well, because that's how guys get paid. That's how they get drafted. That's how they get picked higher. But we see so many guys in Major League Baseball are effective otherwise.
I think that's true when I got drafted and played. Guys with a big arm, they get noticed in the amateur leagues no matter what. Even if they're not in a showcase, even if they're just playing their high school baseball league. You got a big arm, you throw hard, you're known. Scouts come from all over the place to watch you play. I can remember, seeing guys that would come. There was this one guy who pitched for Burbank named Ralph Botting, I think was his name, if I remember right. I don't know how I remember that, but he was a lefty, threw very hard, and first time we played them, there were scouts all over the place. And that, that was back in the early 70s. That's always velocity is always impressed, always get your name out there, but at the major league level, it's all about performance. Can you get outs?
And so far, Tehran has gotten 6 of them as the Pirates go down in the 2nd.
1-0 lead as we move to the top of the third inning here at GNC Park. Now, you could say that Trevor was actually also all business on Sunday as we bring you tonight's Point Park social media tweet. That's when he hooked up with the Pittsburgh Steelwillers for a little wheelchair rugby game. That's right, Trevor had met a few of these players through one of his Project 34 events, accepted an invitation to play, though they usually take part or play these games on Sunday mornings. They pushed it back to Sunday night so that he could take part, felt a little peer pressure, and he said he absolutely loved it. It was extremely serious and very physical. He and Corey Dickerson had seen the sport played before. He was truly impressed by the skill and how these guys go all out. Pretty cool.
It was really neat, Danny. Thank you for sharing that. I think I would be impressed to watch those guys operate too. But Trevor is constantly finding ways that he can try to make an impact in people's lives, and he doesn't ask for fanfare or anything like that. But and a lot of the things we never even know about or report about. But he's one of those people that have used his platform in a good way quite often. Colin Moran helps Williams get a quick second out. Acuna gone.
He saved a double with that backhand. Ball was hit very hard. It kind of easily got down in the corner.
Good look on our Allegheny Health Network Super Mode. Two outs on 3 pitches. Helps to have that pitcher leading off the inning, right?
Oh, it's always a wonderful thing. Starts the inning off right.
Just over Frazier. And Inciarte with the second Braves hit tonight. Two-out base hit.
Oh, I thought that was higher over his head. He almost got that.
5'10" second baseman.
Needed to be 5'11".
Ooh, close play.
How close was this? That was a quick tag by Bell.
Yeah, he made it closer.
Again, a nice accurate throw by Cervelli.
Yeah, if you can erase the base runner and have Freeman leading off next inning, and you got a shot at the guy, yeah, go for it.
You can tie him up. That's a poor swing by Freeman.
Don't see many of those.
No.
If he's done that, you've made your pitch.
And there again.
Saw Williams rubbing up the baseball. Clint Hurdle talking about how he said Williams rubs up a baseball like he's 38 years old out there. You know, just kind of a veteran. I mean, you know, but he is as competitive as anybody out there. His teammates all say he's the most of all those guys. And one of his teammates called him a silent assassin out there. And we don't see a lot of that. We don't see a lot of fist pumping and jumping around. The way that he expresses it is a lot quieter looking to us, but they'll talk about how it's there and it's real. And what Danny just told us too about being invited with some folks he's just met in wheelchair rugby, and he's probably trying to win.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean,
sure it was.
No need for being polite. No, you're going to let me play? Okay, I'm going to try to win.
Fastball after fastball, just tries to move it around.
No starting pitcher in the league throws a greater percentage of fastballs than Trevor Williams. And it has worked. I mean, this is not just, well, you know, he's pitched very well over the last month and a half. I mean, aside from that first major league start, remember back in the LA?
Pitched very well last year.
Yeah, I mean, you take that first start of his career away. He's under 3.6 for his lifetime ERA as a starter after the first one. So it's a long stretch of being very, very good. That's from mid-May last year.
Look at that pitch. All those fastballs, and then it gives him that little quick slider, and no chance. Nice.
Tied him up and got him out of the inning. Bottom of the third coming up. And it's happy hour at the Crow's Nest. Every Friday home game. It's presented by Miller Lite. Every Friday home game from 5:30 to 7. The happy hour at the Crow's Nest. For you get half-price cans of Miller Lite, Lion and Kugel's Summer Shandy or Blue Moon up until game time. Next one coming up September 7th against the Marlins. And always great to have the Miller Lite crew out with some cool giveaways. Fridays here at the ballpark. Nice way to kick off your weekend here at the ball yard. You know, it's amazing to think that, you know, with today's temperatures, did you feel this way too? It's a little cooler today. Just that hint of fall, and you're starting to think, well, wait a minute. Wow, summer's running out. The kids are mostly back at school now. And wait a minute. Now time's starting to run out on this season.
I was mowing yards and stuff today with sweat dripping off my nose. I didn't notice any cooler temperatures. I'm not sure what you were talking about.
I was out in the yard too, but I mean,
didn't feel cool today.
Yeah. Temperatures in the
now,
60s.
Tonight, I think it's supposed to cool down.
Yeah. We'll leave the windows open tonight and about 4 a.m. go, oh boy, shouldn't have done that.
Spiders might get in. Can't be opening the windows.
That's pretty tonight. Look at that, 67 degrees.
No, that is pretty right there.
Yeah, we got all knotted up tonight in observance of fall's early arrival. It's going to get back. It's going to get back up to 90 before you know it. But just a little hint, a little preview. Reminds us that we don't want baseball to go away anytime soon. And Pirates are hoping to play well enough down the stretch here to extend their season. Braves in a good position right now. 2-game lead in their division, the East. I would say both teams have surprised for the positive. Now the Pirates, of course, play tonight a game under 500, but I think a lot of folks were thinking, you know, the knee-jerk reaction right away after the off-season trades. Well, that's it. You know, we heard a lot of that, but you know, the Pirates have played competitive baseball all season long. We'll see how it shakes up by the end of the year, but we see the moves at the trade deadline too. This club is well positioned, I think, especially because we've seen this pitching perform so well for such a long stretch now. And that's always, I know you talk about it too, but I agree
it's your foundation.
Yeah, that's the foundation. And you can augment around that.
Yeah, after that, now you need walls and doors and windows and all that stuff. But got to have something to build on, and the pitching staff is what that is.
Tehran 8 up, 8 down. See if Trevor Williams can extend the inning. Trevor with a couple of hits this year. Friendly hop for Camargo. 29 pitches for Tehran after 3 innings, and his Acuna home run still leading them.
Busy here in town. Tuesday, he spent the morning reading to kids at the Carnegie Library where, well, read books, but also had a chance to ask the Steelers' Antonio Brown via Instagram if he would join him for a future session, and AB, of course, said yes. Now, speaking of the Steelers, today he went over to the south side to their practice complex, and Archer had a chance to watch the black and gold as he met some of the players like Cam Hayward, head coach Mike Tomlin, and, of course, the same guy that he bought the jersey of when he arrived in town, of course, number 84, Antonio Brown. Had a chance to talk to Chris in the clubhouse earlier today, and there's a jersey I was talking about when he arrived and officially met his new teammates as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. In talking to Chris, he said he was absolutely thrilled and super pumped up to take in Steelers practice and was just amazed at how down-to-earth Antonio Brown is. Just said he's just really cool, and he's like a kid. He's just always pumped up and seems very genuine. I think we kind of get the vibe of how genuine and how pumped up AB can be on game night. But for those who have not met him, apparently he's the same individual when you meet him on the street. Guys?
Pretty cool. I think Chris Archer would fit that bill, too, in the time that we've gotten to know him.
Bet you could throw that football around a little bit, too.
Yeah, there are some skills that translate, some that don't. But, yeah, for a pitcher, you'd think probably could throw a football. Sometimes you see guys warming up in the outfield. with a football. Nolan Ryan used to do that once in a while.
Yeah, there was I think a Texas Ranger pitching coach,
Tom House,
that promoted the playing catch with a football as a kind of a maintenance thing during the year. I don't think he promoted throwing 60-yard.
Yeah, just a toss. Yeah.
Just a little game of catch.
Big Ben and
15, 20
play
yards.
Play catch with a baseball. Do some long toss maybe.
Yeah.
2-1 on Camargo. Well, Pirates don't have a base runner. Williams has pitched pretty well. A couple of 2-out base runners and that leadoff home run to Acuna. Those have been the 3 Atlanta reaches. We were telling you when the game started, he has been victimized by poor run support, especially lately. 7 of the last 10. The Pirates have either gotten no runs or 1 run for him.
Join the club right now. I mean, that's the way it's been for all of them. But I guess he was the beginner of that trend.
Yeah, but not that we really take a ton of stock in wins now that pitchers don't complete games hardly anymore. But he's got
Steve
10.
Don't say we. Steve does.
Well, you and I and our audience.
I'm coming around a little bit to your way of thinking, but I'm not all the way there. But go ahead.
They're not absolutely meaningless, but they don't. They can't. Well, they can't be the. You can't go. Well, he's got more wins than the other guy, so he's a better pitcher. There's no. You can never say that, because just look at DeGrom or there's an example every year. So, but he could have 15 wins, is what I was going to say right now, because of the way that he's pitched this season.
Yeah.
He's fallen behind 2-0, and Cervelli wants to check in with Trevor. Albies a dangerous hitter. Well, the Braves have a 20-year-old with 20 home runs, and Albies, age 21, has 21 home runs. A couple of young threats. And while I have a moment, want to say hello to big Pirates fan Byron Janis, always tuned into our broadcast. So hello to Byron.
.2-0 count. Albies is going to try and pull. Fastball away. Ground ball to Frazier.
I like it.
There he is, setting up on the outside corner. Throw it there. Oh, everything executed perfectly, except the hitter did not cooperate. He took it.
Still got the strike though. Look at StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
The key there was the 2-0 count, because that's when the hitter it wants to be aggressive. That's when you're going to get him to pull.
And you'd think a young hitter, right? Especially a guy who hasn't been going great, maybe trying to make something happen.
That was a smart move to take that pitch, because you can be aggressive, but you're not going to hit that ball anymore.
That's not your pitch, right? You're ahead in the count.
If it's an 0-2 count instead of 2-0, he's probably going to slap that ball the other way for a base hit.
Yeah, defending the strike zone, right? 2 strikes. Now he's got 2 strikes on him. Goes off speed.
That's got to be such a shock to the hitters to see any kind of an off-speed pitch after fastball, after fastball.
And what was great is, you saw Williams put it right into the glove of Cervelli. I think that's what's fun to watch with him, is wherever the catcher sets up. No pitcher does it every time, but he does it a lot, where there's very little movement, or sometimes almost no movement of the catcher's glove.
Change up.
Out toward left. Dickerson has the second out.
Nice pitch, good spot, routine fly ball out. Sets that pitch up with all the fastballs. Yeah, we're going to rub this baby up a little bit now. It's like a 37-year-old.
Yeah, he said, you know, like a 38-year-old pitcher. You know, and as soon as you say that, you know, you think about, yeah, you know, the guy. Okay, what am I going to do out there? You know, Russell used to do that, or somebody like that. You know.
Well, I mean, everybody rubbed the ball.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think about that analogy stuck with me because, you know, you think about the older pitcher who's
guys that would rub the ball up on every pitch. Yeah. Those are the ones that had the little circle of sandpaper in there somewhere. You had to be suspicious of those guys.
Well, I don't know how often that gets carried out anymore. Out toward left. Routine for Dickerson. And again, another quiet inning for the Braves bats. But the Pirates behind 1-0.
Toyota all-wheel drive RAV4 inning. Toyota, what drives you?
Top of the order coming up for the Pirates here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Atlanta. Game started with a Ronald Acuna home run. That's how we stand tonight. Pirates looking for their first base runner. Tehran continuing his wizardry over the Pirates through the years. 9 up, 9 down so far. Sometimes we see things and we think that they're true, and maybe there's a number to prove it. But it seems like the Pirates have done better against, I mean, the hardest throwers. You bring out the, you know, top of the line flame throwing starting pitchers. The Pirates have, you know, seem to do pretty well, and then you bring out the guys that throw pretty softly, and it seems like in general they have had more difficulty with those types of starters this year.
Well, we got a soft tosser out there today. That's for sure. Let me take a peek here.
Yeah, you got a lot of numbers there.
Yeah, I do got a lot of numbers here.
I don't have any numbers to back it up, but I just remember that series in Miami.
I'm not going to give you this one because it doesn't back it up.
Okay.
So I'm going to.
I'm wrong. Okay. Foul tip. Well, does it disprove it? Or is it just kind of so-so?
Against fastballs that are 94 miles an hour or higher.
Yeah.
We are 21st out of 30 teams in batting average.
So there you go.
So there you go.
And they're probably even with the guys under 94, about there. Right? It's about the same either way on either side of it, right? You got all this information. I mean, all the research you do before the games. I mean,
this is all.
You should see.
This is all.
Look at this. I mean, look at these pie charts.
I mean, this
is Look at
I
this.
can't even find that now. Where'd it
It's
go?
like a financial statement or something. You've got all this information
Well,
on
can you
pitchers.
imagine if I had a
everything.
desk, what it would look like? Here we go.
Look at that. You gained 3% last quarter. Look at that.
Okay, now hard fastballs, we're not too good at it. 21 out of 30. At just fastballs, period, we are 27th
In batting average.
in batting average
Okay.
out of 30. So we don't hit fastballs very well. We are first in all of baseball. First in all of baseball.
Oh, against breaking balls.
Against breaking balls. Best in the baseball.
Learn
against
something new
breaking
every day.
balls.
See, that's why I said when don't have a number to prove it. Good job, Danny. That was a big glove.
A little late on that fastball. Oh. Almost ducked into that one, Max. That was close.
You know Joe's okay. Yeah, they're looking through the lens. They can't see just exactly where that is. Oh, glad you're okay, Joe.
We're good. Yeah,
Okay.
we're all good.
Danny, I know you're okay. You got two hands, or at least one. One free.
Yep.
Max needs to stay behind that.
Did you see that grimace in super
that
slow motion
big
there?
camera.
Did you know that Dan Potash was first team All-State California? In Scrabble, but
Easy. Easy.
It's called CIF in California, so I knew you were kidding.
Okay,
You
yeah.
didn't know the terminology.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never lived there.
Right, Dan?
Oh, yeah, I did actually.
It is called the CIF. That's
Yes,
right.
that's right. He didn't know the terminology.
That's right.
No, he was pulling my leg.
CIF. I was in the old. I played in the Ocean League.
Yeah, well,
Did you play ball?
All CIF.
That's right.
First team.
Yeah. Danny looks the part, if nothing else. Well, 10 up and 10 down. Starling Marte trying to get on after that 8-pitch at bat by Dickerson, which qualifies as about an inning's worth of work for Tehran so far. So second time around in the order, usually see a little bit better success. Out of Colombia, one of the more accomplished Colombian-born pitchers, of course, Jose Quintana, who just saw too. As we see more and more players from that country.
He throws so much soft stuff that you wouldn't think he would get out in front of it. It's like he can read your mind. As soon as you start slowing down, then he elevates that fastball and can throw that right by you, even though he's not a hard thrower.
89 might be his best tonight. Does, you know, have the tendency of giving up the long ball. 23 home runs, top 3 in that category. He's also walked a good number of hitters, top 3 in walks in the National League too. But tonight earning his 3rd strikeout.
You know, while we got a moment, I want to say happy birthday to one of our equipment men down in the clubhouse, Kier Bulls.
I didn't realize that. Bull's birthday today.
And Ron Walk also has a birthday today. A big Pirate fan from the Wexford area.
Well, this is a popular day. My best friend Tom Rydell.
A lot of people born on this day.
I guess so. What was 9 months ago? Christmas? Something like that. Happy birthday to everybody. No, yeah, those guys are down in clubhouse work as hard as anybody.
Kier's been down there for a long time, going back to Three Rivers days.
In the air, might be playable for Camargo. Yeah, it came back.
Yeah, it did. That spin on the ball brought it right back to the field of play.
That helps Atlanta find themselves with a 1-0 lead through 4. And tracks on Friday Night Rocks during every Friday Pirates game. Spinning Jenny, our featured performer this Friday night as the Bucks take on the Brewers on Friday Night Rocks, presented by Iron City Beer. Be there. What's that, a vuvuzela?
Oh, look at that. Yeah, what do you call those things?
A vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wish I had one of those up here.
Didn't they used to have those in Montreal? Or?
Oh, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd hear them 9 innings. You'd hear them.
We're watching those games on CBC going, what is that sound and how is that made? And then, what was it, World Cup or something that got popularized a few years back? And I said, oh, okay. That's fun. For everybody but her parents. Swanson bounced out his only time tonight. Williams is pitching well, but his mound opponent pitching better.
This is a game that proves to anybody watching you don't need elite velocity to shut guys down.
I think that's important for our younger audience, some of our younger ball players
more important
to
on
see
where you're throwing the ball than how fast it is. Although how we mentioned earlier, and this is definitely true, the speed gets you noticed.
And you can get away with more.
But the location,
yeah,
that moves you along in the world of pitching up the ladder.
Yeah. Now there are some guys that throw hard and can spot the ball. Those guys are elite.
That speed gets you on the bottom rung, and then now you got to do something with it.
Yeah, there's having worked in the minor leagues, you pitched in the minor leagues. You can remember a whole bunch of guys that threw it extremely hard.
Oh yeah, they never
made
made
it.
hard. Yeah.
They got more opportunities, but sometimes you can walk the house.
Foul ball. Swanson wasn't sure. He was all the way to second base.
No Salisbury steak for him.
Kept slicing. Put that one back in the freezer.
Yep. That's a cool spot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But not whole gang. Modern version of that. Hard hit. Right to Echeverria. Williams just keep on rolling. Well, you're looking at, for Williams, 7 starts now, including this one tonight. He's gone over 40 innings and he's given up 4 runs. I mean, the ERA still under 1 over that span. I mean, he's been sensational. Got to get him some offense. Yeah, we showed that before the game. You know, the 6 starts and the ERA of 75 cents. He's 4-2. He's getting some quick outs too.
Yeah, 67 pitches. Yeah, should be able to, as long as he keeps getting them out, just easily go another couple innings after this.
Glenn Hurdle saying to reporters today that 4 relievers were unavailable last night. And so that's well, they went with Feliz and Holmes. So now with an extra day of rest for those guys, you would assume that they're all available. Really a group of 5 guys that he trusts the most right now, but all but Vasquez were unavailable last night.
A lot of arms out there now.
Pirates with an 8-man pen. coaches and catchers out there too. Behind in the count to Acuna. Already with 13 home runs since the All-Star break. Led off the game with one for the 6th time since the break. Remember, he had 5 in a row going. And then the Marlins
put an end to that.
Yeah, Jose Urena hit him on the first pitch of the game, which ended that streak. Seemed like that was a silly way to retaliate. That's the way to do it. You strike him out. Last of the 5th coming up. And telling everybody about Ed Sheeran. He'll be bringing his North American Stadium tour to PNC Park coming up on Saturday, September 29th. You can hear Ed sing all of his hits right here at the home of the Pirates. If you want more info, get your tickets. Go to pirates.com/Sheeran. Like that old school shirt. Well, first things first, get a base runner. Get Tehran out of his groove. When you had a stretch like this where, you know, there's nobody on, you could just pitch out of the windup. That kind of usually spins upon itself, right? I mean, you get more and more comfortable as a pitcher, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a 1-0 ball game, though. As you're getting later, like right now, you're in the 5th inning. You're starting to feel the stress. Every pitch is more and more important.
Because one swing can tie?
Yeah, you know, physically, I don't think there's any difference in a tight game and a big lead, but certainly the stress level mentally goes up because so much depends on every pitch. I mean, that can be nobody on base. You can have the number 8 hitter at the plate, and still they could tie the game with one swing. Never goes away in a 1-0 ball game. You never can relax and just say, okay, I'm going to throw a strike here. Always got to be a good strike. Plus, he hasn't gotten up a hit yet. Yeah, he gets through this inning, he'll start thinking about that.
Yeah, no base runners at all for Tehran.
After 5, you know you're throwing a no-hitter. He knows it now. I used to think about it if I got through a first inning clean. Just think, oh, wow, I got a no-hitter. Second time Cervelli has gone down and had a conversation about the call.
First one looked good. How about that one? Yep.
Well, the machine liked it. Lit up the strike zone.
4 strikeouts for the 27-year-old. Well, he can work quickly too, I guess, right? If you got nobody on, he just.
Yeah, when things are going good, you can always work quickly, and then when they start to get away from you, then you can slow it down a little bit, change the pace. It's tough to go the other way.
Tried to backdoor him with that curve. Frazier has homered in his career. 5 at bats now against Tehran. Frazier doing a good job since being called back up. Hitting .343 coming into tonight in about a month's time.
Been about the best hitter for a while now. On the roster.
Been in the lineup the last few days.
Had the big walk-off home run in the 11th the other night.
The Pirates needed that. They've had some excellent pitching performances, but when they've won, it's been by the skin of their teeth. That was a 2-1 game in 11 innings. Also won a 3-1 game on the homestand. Good at bat here for Frazier. See if he can be the first Pirates base runner. And he will. So a 1-out walk. Josh Bell is coming up. Let's check out the lowdown. Some news around baseball. Aroldis Chapman heading the disabled list for New York. Marcell Ozuna. Remember how poor his throws were from left field? He's had that shoulder inflammation now for a long time.
Yeah, he could not throw hardly at all.
And with the acquisition of Daniel Murphy, Addison Russell slides to the disabled list for the Cubs. Baez and Murphy in the middle for now for Chicago. It's always kind of tricky this time of year. Do you, as a player, everybody, no one's 100%, but if you've got an injury, a nagging injury, can you take that time and can it get significantly better in those 10 days or so? As we move along in the season, it's tougher and tougher to weigh that. Josh Harrison right now battling that hamstring concern, for instance. So, not going to get significantly better if he went on the DL. Plus, team needs him. So, those kind of decisions have to be made. Everybody's got something going on.
That's why you would like to, if you're one of those teams with a nice cushion as far as a playoffs, you can think more along the lines of resting and getting ready for the playoffs. But if you're fighting for every little spot, then you can't do that.
Or if you've got a guy that, like for instance at Frazier, who's been swinging a hot bat, you can plug him in center for Marte. You can put him over at second for Jay Hay and try to build in at least a little rest that way. That's another method.
A trade for Murphy.
Yeah. Or trade for Murphy like the Cubs did. That works.
That works too. Well, a little situation here. Maybe a little crack in the armor. Base on balls, now 2-0 count.
Colin Moran on deck. I think time was called.
I like it. That's what you should
Yes,
do it.
I agree.
I love umpires that bellow stuff out.
A move away from the plate. Okay. What's happening? Oh, that makes sense.
There was a play at second base. Remember last night? It was hard to tell what had happened.
Yeah.
It was that ball that I think Frazier tried to go glove to glove, and it didn't come out of his glove, and we couldn't see it over on radio.
Chris Guccione just kind of put the arms out, kind of.
We weren't sure what was
Little
going
bit.
on. Yeah.
Safe out. Well, they started, umpires a long time ago started to do the hand signals because occasionally there have been players that are hard of hearing, and that way you can see it or hear it or both. Now another full count.
Will Frazier run? I think he will. We've been hitting into so many double plays. I think they'll start the runner.
Yeah, that makes sense. Frazier does not have a steal this year.
And Bell is a contact guy, so I think if it's a strike, Bell will get it put in play.
And if it's not, he'll take it. You know,
if
won't
it's
swing
ball
through
four,
a lot of ball fours. That's rare.
Good situation here to start Frazier.
Even though Frazier doesn't have a steal this year, I mean, he's still got.
Well, you're not
decent
starting
speed.
to get a steal. I mean, it could
I
be
know. Just trying
Cervelli,
to
it could
judge
be
his-
anybody over there.
You know, if you do swing and miss, still got a chance to beat it out. Good call, Bob.
Thank you, Joe. I hated being on the mound and 3-2 count, knowing they're going to start the runner and you can't do anything about it. The guy at first is not trying to get a good break, so you can't pick him off. Can't do anything like that. Obviously, there's no pitch out. There's nothing you can do. You just fling it up there, and then if it ends up being a ground ball, you know you've lost your double play.
Swanson's only play is the first. Now that made sure that there would only be one out.
Nobody to blame but yourself, because you're the guy that went to 3 balls and allowed them to start the runner. And that has to go into your thinking when you're out there, you know, making that 2-2 pitch. Like, how do I want to risk going to a full count and allowing them to start the runner and lose a possible double play? I mean, that, you know, I say all the time, all the different variables that you're constantly having to think about. That's just another one.
And they've got the secret Dakota ring out to.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. Maybe evaluating some of the tendencies of Moran coming up. You also see those neon green fingernail stickers, so that's to help make the signs look a little easier to the pitcher. Some catchers wear those. So Colin Moran out with 2 outs now. Base hit to the outfield. Probably scores Frazier, ties this game. Well, Tehran throwing 21 pitches in this inning, which is about half as what he needed for the first 4. After garnering their first base runner of the night, trying to score him. And when you go 1, 2, 3, you can have innings like that.
Now you get an inning in the 20s, and that's taking an inning off your night's work.
Frazier at second with 2 outs for Moran.
See, average nowadays about 16, something like that.
16 to 17, I believe. I haven't looked since last year, but another hitter's count against Tehran. Just a look over. Edgar Santana starting to get up.
Well, Williams could come to the plate,
or his spot at least.
Oh, well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
His spot, pitching spot, could come up. I mean, could be 2 outs, bases loaded.
Echeverria next, and then the pitcher spot if the inning proliferates. Here with 2 outs. And Moran has it sneak through. Here comes Frazier, and he will score. Moran trying to get into second, but give him an RBI single. And the Pirates tie it at 1 here in the 5th inning. Moran comes through with the hit, and we're all back to even. Two-out single by Colin Moran, but on the exchange there, trying to take second on the throw home. He's thrown out.
Trying to run that slider in on his hands and got it in there a little bit, but strong enough get that ball through a small hole. Good throw by Flowers in the inning.
Moran trying to get into scoring position with 2 outs. So Moran thrown out 9-2-6 after the single. Trevor Williams back to work, back to even. Well, now that it's tied and his spot's definitely coming up at the bottom of this inning, is he pitching thinking that this is going to be his last inning tonight? Or
I would imagine. I mean, I'm sure he's not thinking about that.
But I mean, if you do kind of know when it might be your last inning, right? Wouldn't you? I mean, you can let it out a little bit more instead of, you know, that kind of
think he might
pacing yourself.
I don't think he's pacing himself.
Bell with a leaping grab.
I mean, I think he's just doing everything he can, every hitter, to get that guy out. Nice job by Bell.
Using all 6'4" right there.
All the way up.
Nice catch. Takes a hit away from Inciarte in front of Freddie Freeman.
Just 3 hits in this game, both teams.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
I mean, this is such an oddity. I mean, I enjoy close games, and I, like most people do, I enjoy pitchers' duels. But it has been literally, this is the 7th and final game of this homestand. And you're looking at one of the lowest scoring stretches for both teams. You know, the Pirates and their opponents in a century or more. I mean, this has been, you know, the kind of baseball that was played, as you put it, when they were hitting beanbags.
Yeah. Beanbags and swinging tree branches.
Softer ball, not as tightly wound 100+ years ago.
Yeah, it was didn't go quite as far.
Yeah. Bigger ballparks.
Probably used 3 balls for the whole game.
Yeah. Discolored, playing in evening twilight sometimes with no lights. The spitball was legal.
Grass hadn't been cut in 2 weeks. There's a lot going in a pitcher's favor back in those days. Of course, you know, the pitchers threw 9 innings every 3rd day.
Yeah.
That was a little different also.
They used to make fun of the guys for 450 innings. Lightweight. Now let's harken back to that time here in this homestand for the Pirates. Well, the Cubs tonight have more than a run. You know, last night they had a solo home run.
Yeah,
again.
I saw that again.
That was all. They got 3 runs against Detroit tonight. So
breakout. Was it Murphy? Look at that pitch, up and in fastball. Wow.
Trevor Williams 6 strong tonight.
Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Visit our Kia showroom in Wexford. More vehicles than ever at the very best prices. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
And Trevor Williams probably could keep going another inning or two for sure, but the spot comes up second here in the 6th inning, and with the game tied right now and offense hard to come by, that'll probably be it for him.
All I can do now is just sit back and root for his teammates.
Oh, what if Echeverria hits a home run tonight to lead off the inning, right? That might be the only way to give him another chance, but I think that spells the end of the evening for me either way.
It'd be bad luck to send him back out there after Hugs.
Post-hug pitching is bad luck.
Yeah. Baseball gods wouldn't look favorably on that.
Keone Kela, right-hander, just starting to loosen. So yeah, we'll probably see him for the 7th. Echeverria struck out his only time. And deep out to left. Acuna back on it, and he has enough room.
Oh, he can move, can he? A long way to that left field wall.
The 20-year-old showing that great range out there in left.
Not only having to get back, but had to move quite a way toward the foul line. He caught that right in that little corner down there where the wall takes a turn in, gets shallow. Echeverria need to pull that just a little bit more, and then he would have had a home run.
Josh Harrison will bat for Williams in this tie game. Had a pinch single last night. Braves employ a shift against Jay Hay.
One thing that the shift definitely allows you to do is take away the double down the line and play the hole both.
Yeah, Camargo's right on the line.
And normally you got to make a choice. You're going to play no doubles, or you're going to take away the single in that hole. With everybody over there that can do both.
Harrison strikes out. We invite you to take in a game in the Pirates Cove, and you can get all your favorite ballpark snacks included. Tickets are $30 and include unlimited popcorn, peanuts, and pop. And the Pirates come home on Labor Day, September 3rd, to host the Reds for a 3-game series. Make sure you come out to the ballpark, pirates.com/cove. Corey Dickerson batting for the 3rd time. And he's the final out in the Pirates' 6th. Knotted at a run apiece through 6. Baseball brought to you by T-Mobile and Trevor Williams. Another outstanding outing tonight.
Yeah, it was just perfect. Really, early on, as usual, used a heck of a lot of fastballs, and then kind of set up some off-speed stuff. Second time through that lineup, really fooled some guys. Absolutely brilliant pitching. Both of them.
That's Tehran allowing 1 hit. Williams 2 through their 6 innings.
Pitch counts were low. 84 and 77.
Tehran's spot doesn't come up till 5th in this inning, so he's still on.
He probably can go another inning before they hit for him. Let's hope we don't get to the bottom. See Kella's numbers this season, pretty darn good.
Includes his time with the Texas Rangers.
Made a good bullpen, outstanding in my view.
And what's crazy is, you know, you think about the experience with Kella. He was the closer of the Rangers this year. He's already 4th major league season. He's the youngest Pirates pitcher. I think Clay Holmes may have surpassed him on that list just now, getting called up, but of the guys that have been here. Nice guy to get.
And you know you're getting a guy too that is not going to be, you don't have to worry about putting him in tough situations, tie games like this late. I mean, he's got, what was it, 24 saves this year?
Out of 25 tries.
Before he came over in the trade, so he's used to pitching when it's tight, game on the line.
And before that, you know, before he was a closer, he was always pitching in these sort of situations too. I mean, right away, very early in his career.
Thank you, Zach.
Talking with him yesterday about, you know, why you have, you know, how do you get that knack for, you know, being able to do those types of things?
Albies get hit with that
on the return.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He hit his helmet. I heard something. I wasn't watching. I heard something that, a clicking noise. Check it out. Off the screen, coming back. Oh, right on top of the helmet. How about that?
I guess that's why you wear your helmet.
Yeah. It had to be quite a shock. He doesn't know it's coming.
Yeah.
So he has no idea. He's just sitting there, and
what was that?
He thinks something has dropped out of the sky on top of his head. Just foul tipped it.
He's thrown out on the strikeout. 2 strikeouts for Kella. Well, let's check out our Nissan road ahead. The Pirates will travel tomorrow to Milwaukee to begin a 3-game series. Joe Musgrove gets the ball on Friday night. Then Tyone and Archer are the scheduled starters against Miley, Chacin, and Anderson. All the coverage right here on AT&T Sportsnet. Game planning. All right, now that Travis Shaw. Tyler Flowers tonight has walked and flied out. The Braves have had 4 base runners through 7 innings. That's it.
Let's go hit.
Time to stretch. See if the Pirates can garner their first lead of the night.
And value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Hope you had a good stretch. Here, the Pirates hope to start a good stretch by taking the lead and finishing off Atlanta in this series. 1-1 the score. And MLB.TV, it's now available to you at a lower price for $49.99. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game. Plus, you get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV and take advantage of this special offer. And back to school time, right, for the kids. And
It's that time, definitely. Go back to school, kids. Go on. School starting.
gives you guys a little break too, right, with the grandkids.
Take off.
Yeah. Hopefully no nightmares going back to school.
Oh, no, you don't want nightmares going back to school.
Those are the Players Weekend style jerseys.
I want to see the nightmare come in ninth inning tonight.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, Players Weekend beginning this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Little League style uniforms for that.
Will be Milwaukee, right?
Yes.
Probably one of the nicest Little League fields I've ever seen.
Oh, a Healthcare Field.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah, right outside of Miller Park.
Right outside the door.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful little miniature stadium. Little League dimensions right outside the main entrance. Really neat.
Now, I'll have you know, I've hit a single in that ballpark before, Healthcare Field.
I could see that happening.
Yeah. And Swanson steals that one from Marte. One out. Now, speaking of accomplished athletes, now I was talking about my exploits. Look at what Dan Potash has been able to do. Golden locks, of course. We, back in the day, he was known for that great hair. Great gum chewer, modeled after Clint Hurdle, of course. That hand, foot, and mouth coordination that he uses today.
I thought that was a hand, foot, and mouth. Isn't that a sickness or something?
Easy.
No, it was his strength.
Easy.
Voted most likely to be a TV personality. Now we're kidding. Dan was a very good athlete in high school, right? In high school, did you move on to college too, or?
Yeah, I went to college as a student. Yeah, that's what I did. No, but had 4 years at Beverly Hills Little League, and actually one guy who held all the records, both hitting and pitching, while I was playing there, and I think a lot of them still stand. Jim Palmer.
Wow.
Played at Beverly Hills Little League back in the day, and I think he still holds a lot of the records. So that was year number 2. That photo was from myself playing for the Rangers back in 1979. Wow, the truck doing me a solid. Thanks. I love the hair. I miss it, though.
I like it, yeah. I haven't had hair since 1979 either. So don't worry
there you go.
Wonderful stuff. Thanks for playing along. I was.
You look good, Dan.
Yeah, I was kidding Danny that he's not an athlete, and here I am, the guy that was 3rd in the county in Scrabble myself. So shouldn't be throwing that out there. What do you got, Danny? You got some more stuff?
Yeah, cool stuff happening across the state in Reading on Latino Heritage Night. The Reading Fighting Phils, AA affiliate of the Phillies, retiring Roberto Clemente's number 21 prior to their game tonight. To pay tribute to the Hall of Famer, the Fighting Phils wearing special jerseys and hats to commemorate the evening. In fact, the jerseys that the players are wearing will be auctioned off with the proceeds going to Puerto Rican Relief Fund. The first 2,500 adults also receiving a Roberto Clemente bobblehead with Roberto wearing the special jerseys from tonight. So, yeah, pretty cool that they would do that for him on the eastern side of the state.
No, that's wonderful. I hadn't heard about that. And thinking about that, the proceeds benefit the residents of Puerto Rico who still need our help too. So that's wonderful all the way around. Oh, that's cool that you found that out.
The Fighting Phils. Didn't know
They kind
that
of
was their official name.
They adapted their name in recent years, yeah, a little bit.
Kind of put their own spin on it.
Sure, yeah. So for Cervelli, sending them that one out to right, just the second hit for the Pirates, but Atlanta only has 2 hits tonight.
Atlanta bullpen still quiet. Even with a base hit, runner on board, 2 runners on board will get some action for sure.
Tehran Spot comes up second next inning.
Yeah, they do not want to use anybody. Get this inning over with.
Frazier walked his last time. He was the first base runner for the Pirates. That came in the 5th inning. Kyle Crick looks like he would come on for the 8th in relief of Kella. Williams another strong outing tonight, a run on 2 hits in 6 innings. And could have kept going, you know, if he was working with a lead. Right to Freeman, and the Pirates turned aside in the 7th. Still tied at 1. Great look at this one on our Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl. Now the 8th upon us in a 1-1 game. 2-1. That's got to look at it tonight. Maybe be the final. As Kyle Crick hopefully keeping the Pirates.
Very reliable 8th inning guy now.
Yeah.
Got the big arm. Just need to harness it as far as the control, and for the most part he's done that. Like everybody, there's a game here or there where maybe things go a little awry, but he's going to go out there and throw strikes. That great fastball, hard breaking ball. Probably 8 out of 10 times. Well, no more than that, 9 out of 10 times.
That seldom has those you know, rough nights, those wild nights come
especially
when the game's right on the line.
The second half of the season, there hasn't been hardly at all. He has been right on.
Came over from the Giants in the offseason. Looks like the night's going to be over for Julio Teheran. Well, we promised you a pitcher's duel tonight, or at least suggested it. And both Williams and Teheran holding serve with that.
It's not likely we're going out on a limb there. That pitching duel prediction.
We've seen that this entire homestand. Last night is the only night the Pirates allowed more than 1 run in the Braves' victory. Now on the flip side, the Pirates have only put together 7 runs in the 7 games so far of this homestand, which would be their lowest output in a homestand of this length, at least since we have the records back in 1913. So that has made it from maybe being that, you know, very long winning streak or a big chunk of wins to not having that same feeling. But the pitching has kept him around. After a leadoff hit by Swanson here. That'll be Adam Duvall coming up to bat for Teheran. And the Pirates have had good pitching and always can use reinforcements as well. That's been the case for as long as there's been baseball. A look at the Allegheny Health Network injury update. Nick Birdie, a very intriguing young pitcher who's a Rule 5 pick. He continues to make his way back from Tommy John surgery May of last year. He's on a rehab assignment with Indianapolis, as is A.J. Schugel, who's pitched parts of the last 2 seasons with the Pirates. And he's been pitching now for about 3 weeks in his second go around to try to get better from a shoulder concern. Both are candidates to be on the roster. Certainly when the rosters expand in September, you'd think they'd be good candidates for that. To the backstop, and Swanson will advance.
It's one of the bad stats for Crick this year, the wild pitches.
9 of those.
He didn't have too many bad stats. Most of them are very strong. But that one's
Swanson trying to take third, and it goes off of Cervelli's glove.
That'll be a pass ball. There's no wild pitch on that one.
Well, he was running on the pitch, so it'll be a stolen base.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, what am I thinking?
But if
it wasn't, I mean, he just Cervelli just clanked that one. This was nothing wild at all about it.
Oh, pretty daring, don't you think? Nobody out.
Yeah, usually if you're going to take a chance, you're going to do it with 1 out. Kind of like a lot of things in baseball, though. If you make it, that's a good play.
Yeah. It's a results-oriented
and I've heard a
business.
lot of old timers when I was playing first, talking about stealing third. That's one of those bases that, yeah, you can run any time you want, but you just don't get thrown out. You want to go over there with nobody out, fine, go over there with nobody out, but just don't get, make sure you're going to be safe. Make sure you got that great jump, that they're not paying any attention to you, and then go ahead and do it. But if it's going to be close, then
no, it's too risky. I mean, you take a runner out of scoring position. Yeah. So Swanson with his 6th steal, not a big time base stealer. Pirates bring the infield in. 2-1 on Adam Duvall, the ex-Red. StatCast will give us an idea of how Duvall needs to send it, how far he needs to send it to be able to score in that past that lighter green line. You can score in that it's kind of a gray area in that light green. Red or closer, don't try to go. There's a walk to Duvall. So a single, a wild pitch, a stolen base, and a walk. And the Braves have 2 on for the first time tonight. There's nobody out.
Let's see how the Pirates going to play this. With positioning and so forth.
Yeah, with 1 out, right? You feel okay. Well, play back, try to get a double play ball, but you got 2 things going against you: a speedy batter,
I
and
was
there's
wondering
nobody
how
out.
big of a hole they're going to create on the right side
for a right-handed batter.
Yeah, you have to hold on the runner, and how far is Frazier going to go up the middle? And he's a long ways up the middle. But you have a 20-year-old up there, so I mean, what? You know, is he going to try and take advantage of that, or is he just going to take some rips? Who knows? But you can see where Frazier is. They're leaving that right side pretty much uncovered. Wow, that one way out there.
Must have had a lot of movement on it, because.
Well, you know what? Looking at the strike zone, I'm wrong. Well, look where he set up. He is set up way off the plate inside, and the ball is actually the strike zone. Now, he had to go a long ways to catch it because he was, you know, setting almost in behind the hitter. That's why he had to go so far.
Crick, pretty wild here in this inning. So Edgar Santana
might as well just set up out there. That's where Crick wants to throw the ball, apparently. So.
Yeah. Pirates getting up someone in back of him. And Ray Searage is going to come out now. Yeah, I mean, I think they see the same things everybody else is right now. That this might be one of those rare nights.
Well, the reason that he's setting up away inside is because what we were just talking about with Frazier moved way up the middle, and that right side completely open. You don't want to just flick fastballs away and let them punch the ball through that open right side. So they want to work the ball in, but Crick right now is having a hard time getting it in there.
Yeah, one of those that we were just talking about, you know, rarely, but once in a great while, they have that outing where he's quite wild. And I think Clint Hurdle with getting Santana up shows you, well, all right, well, if that doesn't remedy itself quickly, it's too tight of a ball game to give him a long leash. Got the hoodie on tonight. Cool night. Braves bats have been cold until this inning. They got a single, walk, and Acuña's home run to start the game. Their lone tally at the moment. Nobody out, and now 3-1 on him.
Three in a row, right out there.
Just yanking him.
And that one bouncing out there. So he is.
Those are fastballs.
He's in a little trouble right now with his location, that's for sure. That seems to be getting worse, that at bat.
And that's going to be it. Yeah, Santana's had enough time to warm. That's the right call. Crick, who has been very, very, very reliable, but he just doesn't have it tonight.
Yeah, this is one of those games that we say are very rare now for him. He has been very reliable, but tonight was a wild one.
See if Santana can try to work the impossible with the bases loaded, nobody out.
by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Well, Clint Hurdle pulling the plug on Kyle Crick. Very reliable all year, but tonight, wild. Single and 2 walks have loaded the bases with nobody out. And Inciarte hits it right to Bell, who gets an out. Sometimes you hope to get 2 there, but after that bounce throw, they're lucky to get 1. Keeps the score tied.
That was a little bit of a difficult play for Cervelli, but
he threw that across his body and
got that right on the heel of the glove too.
Well, now that's the big deal. You got the out. If you can get a double play ball now, as I suggested, it feels like it's impossible to get out of a bases loaded no out jam unscathed. And it looks like it'll be that way. That's certainly deep enough for Duvall. And the Braves will take the lead back on the sac fly by Freeman.
Freeman not pulling the ball. He knows it's much easier to get the ball in the air if he takes it to left field, and he drilled that one a long ways to left.
That's allowed all the runners to move up.
Yeah, when you can move up from first to second on a fly ball, you know it was a deep fly ball.
But on 2 pitches, Santana's gotten 2 outs. He's been used more often than any other Pirates pitcher with inherited runners this year.
You hate to lose the lead in this situation, but if Santana gets out of this bases loaded, nobody out, and only gives up 1 run, that's a great job.
Yeah, that's beating the odds by far. They're going to bypass Markakis.
What would Tom Tango say about that?
Yeah.
Bases loaded, nobody
I think it's about 2.5 runs is average. Bases loaded, nobody out. Now you get out of it with 1, you feel good. So they reload him. Force at any base. Plus, Camargo really. Yeah, that's the right decision. But Camargo's no slouch. So that's, he's not the household name, but hit well with runners in scoring positions. Led the team with RBIs since the beginning of June. And Santana so far doing a fantastic job. The Invisa slider. And the rookie on 5 pitches with the bases loaded and nobody out allows just a run on the sac fly. 1 lead here in the 8th. And as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in today's game. Got to praise Edgar Santana. The rookie comes in, bases loaded, nobody out, and on 5 pitches, the inning's over. They do get a run. Crick was wild, but Santana backed him up. Okay, Crick's been good all year. You know, every once in a while you're entitled.
Well, as we said before,
rough night
through his first pitch, you know, there are going to be nights for everybody where it's not going to go well, especially for the younger pitchers. And tonight was one of those nights for Crick.
The candy man, Brad Brock. This came over from Baltimore. But that, I mean, that was about as quick of a dissection of, you know, that kind of situation. I mean, how many times does that inning last 20 minutes and you got to bring in another guy? And this is a rookie doing this. He's done this. He's been the guy that they've turned to the most with inherited runners all year. That's a big compliment to Santana. Now you just hope that the Pirates can get a run back and
strong bullpen.
Felipe Vasquez will be coming on for the 9th.
Ready for the save.
Well, let's see if Bell can start the inning off. Santana, you know, you can even give him credit in that inning, getting that bouncer. Might have been able to get out of it without a run. Bell will start the inning with a walk. Tying run is on. Now Brock has been a little shaky since coming over.
Shaking his head there. Didn't like that last pitch. Got called ball 4.
He's had a couple of wobbly outings in that last series against Colorado.
There's nothing you do about that that kind of stuff right now, though, as far as worrying about that pitch. He's got to turn the page in a hurry in a game like this.
Colin Moran has driven in the Pirates' run. 2-out single.
Defense playing on the right side. Tried to go the other way.
I feel like he's the kind of guy that we've seen that has that back control.
Yeah,
that if he gets pitched properly, or even can get his hands in sometimes.
He'll go up there and kind of take a look around, see where everybody's playing, and think about the score and the inning. And
I feel like he's going to line it over the umpire.
I hope he lines it real hard and it shoots into that gap.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Now, we haven't seen a lot of extra base power from Moran over a good stretch now, but the singles and timely singles, he's been driving in runs. He's been coming up with pinch hits too, because he has been starting less and less with all the lefties the Pirates have seen. Freeze's emergence. He's still been a valuable hitter.
Don't think he was trying to poke that one to the left.
Oh, was it a grand slam that he hit? I can't remember, but I know he hit a home run that was about neck high.
Way high. Yeah, that was a high fastball. He tried to put us up by a run with that one. St. Louis, where he hit that one?
Can't remember, but yeah, he hit one about neck high out of the ballpark.
Cincinnati, I'm told by the Brain Trust.
Sources close to you. Pirates have had 4 base runners tonight. Moran with that single, one of them. 2 singles tonight, 2 walks. Braves have 3 hits tonight. Echeverria on deck. Then the pitcher spot. Well, probably Freeze, right?
We'll just wait and see.
Hope it just gets there. Make sure of that.
Long at bat. We got now 6 pitches. Braves bullpen is starting to move again. Longer the at bat goes, I think the better chance for a base hit. More pitches the hitter sees. Okay, here we go again. 3-2. Do you start the runner?
That was the same scenario here, right? Frazier, when he was on, stayed out of a potential double play.
Now it comes down to.
Now there's nobody out here versus 1 out before. Does that matter?
Will Moran be able to put a strike in play? Are you pretty sure about that? That he won't swing through one? I mean, that's kind of what you base that on.
They do move the runner.
Look at that.
At the same event.
But that's why you don't go to full counts in those scenarios. Say it again. No one to blame but yourself.
So a 9-pitch at bat for Moran, and you know he gets charged in at bat there. It's like a successful sacrifice.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's the worst thing that happens in that at bat.
He battled
up the runner.
He battled to full count, allowed Clint to start the runner, and got the ball put in play so that it's a positive out. Now the tying run is in scoring position. We got 2 shots now to knock him in.
Echeverria. Now you got Bell at second. You got Newman on the bench if you want to use him as a pinch runner. And you got the pitcher spot coming up next.
You're right. Freeze is now out onto the on deck circle.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Newman, young guy. Plus, he'd probably be more the pinch runner guy as we've seen him here in this first week in the big leagues. Freeze, an experienced pinch hitter. It's going to be the second out. Bell will be able to get to third. Still need a hit to score him, or maybe a ball in the dirt.
Wild pitch, error, balk. What else could happen? Pass ball, home run. A lot of ways to get him home.
The lefty Johnny Venners getting up for Atlanta. Got the left-handed batting Dickerson to follow. Okay, so they got the cheat sheet out there. Uh-oh, here comes the principal. This is a timed quiz. All right, going over on how to pitch Freeze. Well, the tying run at third.
I was distracted there for a moment. What did you just say about the looking at the scouting report?
Kind of like a cheat sheet.
Oh yeah, definitely like a cheat sheet. But that's kind of common now in baseball. We see outfielders with like in their back pocket. They'll pull it out, look at it, and then they'll move left to right. There's so much information out there that. They've figured out a way to send the players onto the field with some of that information.
Well, Freeze here trying to compute a run. Braves have just taken the lead in the top half. Pirates have moved around a leadoff walk by Bell. He's at third. Freeze with 7 pinch hits this season. And really good career numbers against Brock. He's homered twice in 4 at-bats against him.
Very nice breaking baller. Good spot. Nobody's going to hit that. The only thing you can do that is try and take it.
Expanding the zone, and Brock strands the tying run at 3rd. And the Pirates down in the 8th, still down a run. Braves coming to bat. And coming up on Friday, the Pirates will take on the Milwaukee Brewers. It'll be Joe Musgrove against Wade Miley. And Pirates pregame begins for you at 7:30. It's presented by WB Mason. There's Mr. Musgrove. Felipe Vasquez trying to keep it a 1-run game here in the 9th.
He has been a bad nightmare quite a while now. About the halfway. No, I'm going to say before that.
Beginning of June.
Yeah,
that's
he
really
really kicked it in gear, and he's been outstanding. Nightmare for the hitters.
Well, the Pirates using all their best relievers here to try to keep this game at a single run. 1 pitch, 1 out. No matter how this game turns out, I still think Santana did such an amazing job coming on in relief of Crick with the bases loaded, nobody out.
I agree.
5 pitches later, the inning's over, but now a run comes across. But still, I mean, he made the pitches that you could see a way where maybe he did keep it tied, but.
And there was even a chance there would have gave up nothing. If that's a good throw home, as you pointed out, that's got a chance to be a double play ball.
So Santana really the Pirates MVP tonight, I guess. But hopefully we look back and say, well, that was the key moment where the Pirates were able now to score in the 9th and win.
Let's hope that plays out.
The bullpen often goes unheralded, right? Bang on them a little bit if they cough up a lead, but when they put up zeros night after night after night, no one says anything about it. But until last night, the Pirates bullpen hadn't allowed a run the whole homestand. Routine to Marte for the 2nd out. 8th inning, very eventful. Kyle Crick came on to start the inning and had loaded the bases with nobody out. And here's the play we're talking about.
Frazier was at first base. If it would have been a good on-target throw, it might have been a double play. And then, of course, if you get 2 outs and that fly ball's inning over, it wouldn't be a sac fly. But as it was, just 1 run still was a great job by Santana.
So in the 5 pitches that for the rookie, if the Pirates are to win this game, that's why. That's a big component tonight. Williams, 1 run over 6 innings, 2 hits. And 2 strikes on Swanson. In baseball parlance, Vasquez is not at a comfortable at bat.
No, not at all.
Makes guys look awkward. Very quick ninth for Vasquez. It'll be the top of the order. Dickerson, Marte, and Polanco coming up in the 9th. Need a run. Need a run. They're down 2-1. If they are to end this homestand right, they've got to fight for 1 more, and it'll be the top of the order.
Need another walk-off, that's all. Those are always the exciting ones. See everybody jumping around at home plate.
Well, if the Pirates are to win tonight, that is how it will come.
Need 2.
They'll try to do it against the re-emerging Johnny Venters.
A few scars on that elbow.
Yeah. As he put it, 3.5 Tommy John surgeries. Out of baseball for about a half-decade. Back with the Rays this year, they traded him to the team that brought him to the major leagues, Atlanta. Left on left for Dickerson, who hits .299 against lefties. But he's 0 for 3 tonight. The power comes against righties, though. Still down a run, collect some base hits. That's just fine.
We don't need power yet. We need base runner right now.
Swanson and Freeman make that look easy.
2 strong plays.
Yes.
Nice job by Swanson coming to his right. He's playing up the middle. Going to the backhand. Did not make a great throw, though, but Freeman bailed him out. There he is going to his right. Across the body. He threw him a sinker. And Freeman able to save him.
Starling Marte lined out. Hit the ball hard his last time. 0 for 3 tonight. Trying to push a bunt. Well, the Pirates on this homestand have scored 7 runs. They have pitched very well. But if they don't have a late uprising, well, even if they do tonight, in fact, it's going to be their lowest scoring 7-game or more homestand in at least 105 years.
We're going to get somebody on, and we're going to have a home run.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they win tonight. You feel a little bit better about it, right?
That's right.
There's Camargo guarding the line at third.
He is guarding that line. He's all over it.
Polanco next.
I don't know if it's Frazier again tonight. Hits the long ball.
Gets all the way down there, right?
Yeah. Could happen.
Did he go? Oh, he's rung out by Chris Guccione. I didn't think he went, but no contest. It is the second out.
He didn't think he went either. Take a look.
Allegheny Health Network Supermode. You be the judge.
Well, I'm getting to the point now. I'll take the home run now just to play extra innings. I was being a little greedy there. I want this one to end now with a big walk-off in the bottom of the ninth.
Well, maybe Polanco can repeat what he did last night.
We're down to our last 2 strikes here.
Had a 9th inning home run yesterday. Down to the last strike now. The Pirates trying to avoid going quietly. The Braves with just 3 hits tonight, but the Pirates trail. He's got a piece. You know, 1 swing ties it, but it has been one of those times.
Good eye. The ball had a lot of tail coming in. It looked like it was going to possibly be on that inside corner.
Polanco trying to extend this game or tie it.
Come on, get up, ball, get up.
Off the top of the wall. And the tying run in scoring position here in the 9th. That close to tying the game.
Almost. Didn't have that good sound off the bat. You could tell that didn't quite get it like he can. But it's not that far out there, so then it became, is it going to stay high enough? Clemente Wall got him.
Well, if the makers of this ballpark didn't care about fan safety, this game would be tied right now.
Yeah, if it didn't have a fence there.
A couple more curls.
Couldn't Clemente been 19?
That close, but still in scoring position. And with 2 outs, can run on contact. Can Cervelli drive him in? 343 with runners in scoring position. Even better with 2 outs, over 400 this year. If there's a guy that drives in the runs with 2 outs this year, right? We've talked about it all year long. It's been Cervelli. Might just need a base hit to the outfield here. Blanco getting a good lead too. Back to Venters, and that will do it. The Atlanta Braves come in and sweep the Pirates 2-1, and for the Pirates, since their winning streak ended when they allow 2 runs or fewer, they're 5-7.
Just no offense. It's very difficult right now to explain what's going on. Maybe there is just no explanation. But you look out there at the scoreboard, and it's just 3 base hits, 1 run. And it's not always the same way every night, too. You know, you had the one night where there was just a record amount of double plays. And, you know, there's not a lot of hitting with runners in scoring position. It's not always the same thing. And tonight it was just no base hits. I mean, the double off the wall was just the 3rd hit of the night.
And spoiling some good pitching in this homestand as well for the Pirates. Brian Snitker's bunch with a 3-game series sweep, extending their lead in the National League East. A lot to talk about tonight, so let's send it out to Rob and Michael.
Thanks very much, Joe and Bob. And 2-5 on this critical 7-game homestand. And again, it has followed a very familiar pattern that we've seen over these 7 games. Almost no offense, backing up really, really good starting pitching. And 2-5, you wind up over 7 games.
Yeah, you scratch and claw. They did a lot of things tonight with the free 90s in the 8th inning. Crick being unusually a little wild. He's been so good for so long. Gave up a couple wild pitches, a stolen base, a couple walks. And Santana did a great job getting out of that situation with just 1 run. But that is the difference. Guys just aren't swinging the bat and they're not slugging. Polanco coming up with a little bit of fireworks again in the 9th inning, but just could not stack anything once again back to back, and wasted another great start by these monsters of pitchers.
You pitched well enough in this series and in the Cubs series to go 7-0 instead of 2-5, which is why they wound up. As we promised earlier, it's our Miller Lite Hold True moment. And how about Trevor Williams? 6 more dominated innings. The home run by Acuna Jr. to start the game off, and then nothing surrendered after that.
Nothing. He got better as he went, for sure. We talked about that in the pregame. He changed his approach a little bit, stayed away, didn't have that sinker that he wanted, so he's going up in the zone, really utilizing that breaking ball, and that changeup has gotten better and better. It's got a lot of life running away from lefties.
So the Pirates lose by the final score of 2-1, wrapping up a very disappointing homestand in which they pitched well but just could not find a way to score runs. Coming up on Pirates postgame, presented by the Allegheny Health Network, you're going to hear from manager Clint Hurdle following another difficult loss for the Pirates. A ton of injury updates. There is some encouraging news on that front, which we'll tell you about, and more coming up next on Pirates postgame.